Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. This is Allison from Allylat Creations. How are you? Share and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, a connect dot an epiphany, a mind blown moment, new books to read, new authors to explore, artwork, AllyCatCreations211.com. Go check out this cool little skull. I didn't put them up on my website yet because this one just came out of the mold. So, trying to be conductive. I'm behind. Yikes. Life getting out of control. No, not really. Just a lot going on. We have good things. Good things. So, hi, everybody. Today I'm going to do the message of Aquaria. I'm trying to keep consistent on my channel, trying to get into a rhythm, have you say? A rhythm. It's so cold up here. It's like 37 degrees and chilly. And this sweater happened to be my mom's. Fun times. So this next section is the message of the Sphinx. It should be very interesting. The whole essence of truth cannot be transmitted from mouth to ear, nor can any pen describe it, not even that of the recording angel, unless man finds the answer in the sanctuary of his own heart, in the innermost depths of his divine intuition. It is the great seventh mystery of creation, the first and the last. It can be represented only in its appearance and its apparent objective form, like the eternal riddle of the Sphinx, The Secret Doctrine, Blavatsky, Book 2. As it has been, so it is. And so shall it be forevermore. Far back in the beginning of the record history, the same world-old truths that this present Aquarian age must express were symbolized in imperishable stone. This new age was alluded to later by Jesus as the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, the age when a new manifestation of the Lord of Light should again declare the things which are hidden, was symbolized and foretold in the majestic image of the Sphinx. This image was carved during an age when our solar system was passing through the same zodiacal conditions it is now facing. Although at that time on a lower arc of the spiral of evolution, age after age has rolled by, race after race has come and gazed and gone, ever seeking to answer the mysterious questions expressed in that mighty recumbent figure. Yet the great riddle of the Sphinx is still mutely propounded. Man, whence? Why? Whither? What is the meaning of evolution? What the promise of the great day to come? What wait I for? The true Sphinx is double-sexed and has wings, either folded or raised, although in some cases, for the special reasons, the sexes are separate. In each case, the two images, male and female, usually face each other with a glowing tree between them, the male being bearded and the female having wings. They thus point out the eternal truth that it is only through the combined power of the two, the mother love fructified by the wisdom of the father, that the tree of life can bring forth its fruit, or that humanity can learn to spread its wings and lift up the scorpion into the bird of life. But the characteristic Sphinx is double-sexed, just as is Aquarius, in which the man falls on his knees in his ardent desire to pour out the water of life, feminine, to quicken the seeds of future powers and faculties in man. As the Egyptian ritual describes it, quote, praise be to thee, O Ra, the sun god, Thou art the two bodies of the double Sphinx God, end quote. Although at present buried so deeply in the sand that little more than its head and four paws are visible, the great Sphinx of Giza at one time stood upon a high hill and formed the roof of a sacred temple. Even today, between its paws and a shrine has been found dedicated to the sun god Horus. His other name is there. It's very hard to pronounce. The great light of the world. But the Aquarian age has entered upon its second decade. The sand that now so nearly buries it will be removed, and many wonders and facts confirming the truths destined to be brought to light in this new age will be found, as predicted by Madame Blavatsky in The Secret Doctrine many years ago. Very interesting, that point there. What then is the fundamental idea symbolized by the mighty image? What but the dawn of a new age of light, the great Aquarian age, when the sign of the Son of Man shall reign in heaven, when the ancient priesthood shall be gathered from the four winds again to receive the ancient wisdom of the spiritual sun, directed from its infinite source, and give it forth that its rays of divine truth may again illume the minds and warm the hearts of mankind. The very name of the Sphinx identifies it as the bearer of light. For in the Egyptian tongue, its name is Hu, or Huputer, meaning the Hu Father, or Father of Light, being identical with the Greek Hu, or Jupiter, the Father of the gods. As the ritual says, Hu Iti, thou art the Lord of light, and declarest the things which are hidden. In this mighty figure, we see symbolized the foundation stone of the universe, the cosmic cross, composed of the four signs of the zodiac, of which Aquarius, the man, is the head and ruler. Its hind quarters, those of the ox, Taurus. Its fore quarters, those of Leo, the lion. Its head and breast, those of the human being, Aquarius. Its wings, those of the eagle, and its tail, that of the scorpion. That this figure was meant to prophesy an age when these four zodiacal signs should occupy the place they do in the heavens today and point to the true man, the Aquarian, as the one who could read the riddle of the Sphinx. Is indicate to, sorry guys, my eyeballs. I'm going to reread that. As the one who could read the riddle of the Sphinx is indicated in the many little comprehended legends of the Sphinx, in which it is represented as devouring man, and in many examples of Egyptian and Greek art, in which the Sphinx is seen either seizing, standing up, or tearing man to pieces. For so much these eternal truths seize man, and through the ages tear from him his lower propensities, that the true man may come forth. The reply of Epictetus is to the riddle of the Sphinx. What animal is that walks on four legs in the morning, on two at noon, and on three in the evening? Shows that only man could solve this riddle, for his reply was the man crawls upon all fours in his childhood, walks upright during maturity, and with a cane in old age. Thus ever does the riddle of the Sphinx have man for its solution. In the Egyptian Sphinx, the wings are folded, for the learned priest knew well the length of time that must elapse ere humanity as a whole could open the dense electra, which encase its wings, unfold the wings, and rise into the higher realms of consciousness. Similarly, in another favorite Egyptian symbol, the scarab, the folded wing cases indicate the dense covering that has been placed over all that is symbolized by the uplifting and transmuting of the scorpion into the eagle. They also signify that mankind must pass through its beetle stage, during which, while possessing wings with which to soar, he is still slowly crawling upon the earth and bringing forth through the lower aspects of his creative powers verily a scorpion biting the heel of the rider. This stupendous symbol of the Sphinx was carved out of a single rock, 189 feet long, at a time so remote that in an inscription of the fourth dynasty, 47,000 BC, it is mentioned as a monument that was only found by chance during the reign and whose origin was even then lost in the night of time, although it is usually assigned to Klepos by exoteric scholars. It rises out of the pyramid and field faces due east, gazing steadfastly through the ages out over the Nile Valley toward the source of light. In those long past ages, the order of Christian mystics had its birth. It was then that the mighty mystic teachings were given to the race and the meaning of the symbol foretold to those souls who were entrusted with its manifestation in the age. For it was then, as now, an expression of the great work for the enlightenment of humanity, founded on definite lines by those divine masters who work throughout the ages, is to unfold to man the sacredness of all that this mighty image of the Sphinx symbolizes. And the seed of those teachings, then sown in mystery and secrecy, has been watered and nurtured through the ages until they are now beginning to blossom forth in the sunlight for all who are attracted to them. For in every age, at least some few have incarnated who, in those early days, had been taught these mysteries and vowed themselves to their promulgation. Even during the darkest days of ignorance and persecution, the light of these great truths have been cherished by the few, for the masters of wisdom have never lost their touch with mankind, nor been without their illumined disciplines and disciples on earth. The order of the Christian mystics is again put forth in its present age as one more link in the golden chain of truth, which connects mankind with the divine teachers. And today, as the great Aquarian age begins its cycle, those same souls must once more gather together their reincarnated students and followers. That which was symbolized in stone may be manifested in the world today in living flesh, this time erected in the hearts and lives of men. But that is far off time, seeing the end from the beginning and knowing the impossibility of preserving unmixed with error and misconceptions the mighty esoteric truths for which this order stands. They were preserved for those who knew, for those who could understand, in the majestic figure of the Sphinx. Therefore, each one who is today strongly drawn in heart and mind to the teachings of the order of Christian mystics was no doubt a follower of the mystical truths in those ancient days, when the celestial teachers descended and gave directions how this sacred order and its principles should forever be preserved intact until the day of their complete manifestation. As the new Aquarian age dawns, the great teachers realize only too well that it is not sufficiently helpful to force mankind to delve into the musty records of the past for its spiritual food. For in those past ages of general ignorance and intellectual darkness, many vital truths had to be hidden, or at least veiled from the ignorant, which today, at the dawn of the day of fulfillment, must be revealed. For their teachings form a living philosophy, which will always be expressed in every age in a way to meet the needs of each age. They are eternally old, like the sun, which remains the same, yet rises anew from each new day. They are forever new, for they contain the wisdom of life, symbolized by the tree of life, which grows by the river of life and bears its fruit each month for the healing of the nations. Hence, it is fitting at this great day draws near, when the many scattered ones are to be assembled, that there should be at least a few gathered together whose hearts and minds are attuned in the perfect harmony, united in love and illumined by understanding. And once more, the riddle of the Sphinx, in its spiritual aspect, elucidated from the betterment of mankind. Pause. Here we are. We're doing it again. We're here. And there are many, many, many of us who will be coming together, who will be joining arms and doing this work together. I can't do this by myself. I just can't. So are you guys doing the work to join me? I hope so. The great days are here. The dawn of the new age is here. We're walking through a lot of purging right now. We're walking through a lot of maelstrom on the outside world, and all the inner gunk is coming out, manifesting in front of us. And we have to just be compassionate and honor ourselves at this time. There is a lot of things happening, and we're being heavily tested from the universe right now. Just know that that Sphinx is going to be the phoenix that rises. Maybe. Just as the stony figure with its imperishable message to humanity has stood up upon the border of the desert, enduring the fierce heat, the storms, and the forces of the ages, without disintegration, so has this order endured throughout the ages, and its message has been given to man in such succeeding cycle, under various names suited to the times. Again and again have the terrific sandstorms of worldly criticism and of opposition beat upon it until it seemed almost extinct and its message distorted and lost to sight. Yet as its day dawns in each cycle, the winds of heaven blow away the accumulated sand, and those who belong to its tribe are gathered under its banner and are once more thrilled and enlightened and fed by its mystic message, presenting the world-old truths in language suited to the age. For no movement that is under the active present day inspiration of the great ones will attempt to present the great truths of life in the obscure jargon, which may have been necessary in the dark ages of physical persecution and possible physical death. For their object now is not to obscure truth, but to reveal it in such a way as to help present day humanity. And just as none can look into the eyes of the great stone image with their human gaze piercing the desert depths without feeling a thrill of awakened inner sight, so today none who are once its followers can look in the eye of the order, the center of the symbol, without feeling a thrill as its rays pierce the darkness of their understanding and bring to them the light of their ancient wisdom. As we stand upon the threshold of this new age, the cruel blasts of sand and the hot, scorching winds of the desert may sweep over us. Yet we wait, resting like the Sphinx in powerful strength. The patient endurance of the Sphinx is needed to win the crown. Many hearts have cried out in the agony of their waiting. How long, O Lord? How long? Many little ones have groped their blind way through the things of outer life, seeking truth. To all these we bring the message of the Sphinx, the storms of ignorance, sectarianism, and priestcraft have piled the sands of misconception up around the mystery of truth until it seems to stand today with but its head above the sand, and yet its countenance is filled with innumerable longing, love, and patience. We're here right now. This is it. Where a lot of us have been awake and unveiled for a very long time. And a lot of us have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And a lot of us are doing the, watch the clock. although time is linear here and we need it to get through our everyday lives, in the grand scheme of things, there is no time. Interesting, right? Like the Sphinx, deep in our hearts, we know that the incarnation has never dawned when we have not stood in the midst of life, when the hearts have not beat in response to the roll call of the living, even though we have forgotten whence we came and whither we are going. We too have stood on Egypt's sands, have given up our life for the great cause. We too have been born again and again, have struggled and hoped and despaired and laid down our lives with trust in the great law. Yet always as life departed, the vision of reality has been held before us. We know that incarnation after incarnation, the misinterpretation of divine symbols and scriptures have erected dense, heavy slabs of misconception around our mind and heart, so that forgetfulness, the price of earth existence, has covered over or blotted out the memory of the past. Yet, as in the carvings of the Sphinx, there has been impressed upon our soul consciousness a dim understanding of the mystery concealed within our heart, in which we will find the answer to the riddle of our life and the work we must perform. We're in it to win it right now. Many put their hands to the plow, yet look back and are fixed to the spot until a new incarnation. But there are a few who never can go back, because the look in their eyes is compounded of the imperishable qualities of the four signs composing the Sphinx: to know, to dare, to do, and to keep silent. Let us for a moment disregard the passage of time and once more see ourselves assembled in the ancient Egyptian crypt beneath the Sphinx. Let us once more hear the thunderous tones of the celestial teacher as he comes again to tell us that the task then outlined is now almost accomplished, that the thing then symbolized in stone is almost ready to be expressed by a statue of living flesh and blood in a united body of faithful followers of the law, which shall fulfill in its every detail that which was foreshadowed then in stone. Let us examine this mighty symbol and see the message it holds for us. The flanks of the ox gives us the power to do. It's not the order resting upon those flanks, it's power to do. Has it not toiled and labored through the ages? Has it not been bowed with burdens to the earth, the burdens of the hearts of its children? Has it not crouched on the edge of the desert of life, buffeted by storms, ignored by the multitude, almost buried in the sands of outer conditions, as it bore the burdens of many who looked to it for help? Yet though it all never has it's forgotten that even though a very ox indeed, it is nevertheless yoked with the divine Christ, whose command ever is, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, and ye shall find rest until your souls. For my yoke is easily and my burden is light. Its four quarters given us the power to love and dare. Are they not those of the lion? Has it not had the courage to use its four quarters to seek out wisdom and tear the acquired knowledge of the ages to shreds, that it might feed on its inner meaning? Has not the lion aspect of the order manifested itself? Has not the great and powerful love that support and balance, that has made this order endure, that it's symbolized by the higher aspects of the lion, been resting in powerful strength? Has not this love emanated from the very heart of the order since its beginning, as the perfume emanates from the rose? Has not the eternal stillness in which the eagle soars given it the power to keep silent? Humanity has for ages looked with wonder upon that which is symbolized by the wings, the transmutation of the scorpion into the eagle. Too long in the past ages has the order kept its wings closely folded, veiling the mysteries of the great life force. Too long has it struggled to teach mankind obscurely how to unfold its wings, how to spread and rely upon them to soar into the higher realms with the power and freedom of the eagle far above the sting of the scorpion. But today its wings are lifted up from its shoulders. Are not its mighty talons conquering the force of the scorpion? Heeding not its sting and crying aloud for the breath of the new age to bear it into higher realms. Again and again, the cutting sandstorms beaten down these wings until they seemed almost broken. Yet today we see them lifted with the power of the Aquarian, the man who conquers. The world has brought the accusation after accusation and sting after sting, saying, how dare the order unveil the mystery of the ages and show mankind how to open its wings through the power of sex uplifted, teaching that it must be pure and holy, used as a manifestation of the Christ life. Yet these storms have rolled from it as the feathers of the eagle shed the raindrops as it flies fearlessly through the passing storms, and have left it unscathed. Is it any wonder then that today we see the question of sex being lifted up throughout the world as the ideas concerning its innate purity and holiness gradually spread and permeate all classes of thought and all advanced teachings? Its human head gives the power of the Aquarian to know, to see how normal human livable aspect of the teaching it promulgates are always presented in the world. See how the breasts of the mother are always filled with nourishment for her children, always giving, giving, giving of her spiritual food to all. And look you, upon her brow sits the kingly cap, the uraeus, which vandal hands had tried to tear from her. The crown of man triumphant, its crown only the man who conquers, the knower, the Aquarian, who is a lord of the beast, a tamer of the lion, ruler of the ox, transmuter and uplifter of the scorpion. Thus the Sphinx, a symbol of this order, and although the desert of our outer life and its materialistic concepts and consciousness seems barren and forbidding, and the scorching sands still whirl about in its fitful gusts at times, as we are passing through the reconstruction period of the ages, let us nevertheless realize how many ages we have waited for this day of freedom and upliftment, and not grow weary. Try to understand the symbol of the order, meditate upon it, and realize the greatness of the work, the greatness of our privilege. For the time is at hand when it will be necessary for us to know and understand what is symbolized and what is meant by this great work. And it will be not by many years, as Earth counts time, we realize why we are connected with the great celestial hierarchy that is manifesting through the order of the Christian mystics. Therefore, help spread it, teachings, so that they will no longer be merely symbolized by an image of stone, but shall be a living, vital factor in the upliftment of the race. We must know, we must experience, we must dare, and we must labor that the silence of the ages may be broken and the truth be revealed to the children of men. We're here now. Do not be impatient if the world does not respond at once. If it runs after other gods or congregates where the drums beat loudest, do not blame it if at first it is afraid of the heights to which the wings of the Sphinx can bear it. It takes time to learn spiritual aviation, just as it does its physical counterpart. Wait patiently, rest in peace, relying upon the imperishable foundation, the temple of truth that supports the Sphinx, for it is carved out of a solid rock of ages. Let us learn from our symbol that the attitude of mind and that shall give us endurance. Like the Sphinx, we will patiently bide our time. Let not despair or even impatience appear in the steady look of our eyes. No, servility in our attitude, no droop to our uplifted wings. Rest in the infinite knowledge and calm confidence that the nations rise and fall, the great law moves ever on towards its fulfillment. Trust the power of our symbol, for it has the brain that knows, and within it, it's beating as one heart of the hearts of all its children. Its nostrils is the breath of the living everlasting. The next time we'll read the second. Woo! Wow. It's short, but poignant. Let's unravel a little bit. We're at a time of space-time, time-space, that we are seeing and digging, decoding, looking into all kinds of things. We're looking at tying the past to the present to bring us forward. I, although don't see too much manifesting, I see a lot of purging. I see a lot of people trying to connect the old and living in the old feelings, suppressed emotional states. We need to move into the now. We need to heal and let go and release what has been, because that's back there. We're not going back there. We're moving forward. The hardest aspect is how hard these challenges and all these things are for all of us. A lot of us did not choose easy lives, and we chose very difficult catalysts to enter our lives to teach us ultimate growth. And a lot of those challenges are heartbreaking and loss and death and things that a human emotional state will transmute towards negative, because that's what we're programmed to do, is always think of the negative instead of first the positive. We got to all transmute the negative energy to the positive. We have to understand people, and there is a lot of them out there who are decoding the tablets and decoding a lot of the Egyptian artifacts and other cultures, not just bound by Egyptian, that are not reading into all perspectives. They're reading into their biases. And they're also reading into their aggrandizement. Can't get that word out. There are people behind me who've written a shitload of books, and their names are not in lights. Their information is solid. Their life's journey has been written in page by page. And it's only those few who get the acknowledgement of the work. We need to be very careful at these times to see who is deciphering, who's decoding for you, who's holding up a hypothesis. Are you going into your heart space? Are you flowing and allowing all the perspectives to be seen inside of you? Choosing the one that heart aligns with the most. This is very difficult times, ladies and gentlemen. I am not going to lie. This is why these books are very important. And a lot of the things that was said is what is happening now. They wrote this again. Once again, they've written these books in the early 1900s. 1946, I think, was one of the other books I'm reading right now. So just imagine, they had this knowledge. They did the work. They were reading what was available to them. They were interpreting what was available to them. Now we are smothered smothered with information. And we don't know if it's correct. We don't know if it's true. 1984 is a real concept, and I hope that people go reread that book in the time of now to understand what has happened and is still occurring in this time space. It's up to us to be the game changers. It's up to us to see the Sphinx and embody that image to rise. You could take, instead of the Sphinx, you could take it as the Phoenix rising. We got to burn the old form in order to rebirth and bring in the new. Are you doing that for yourself? We're in an age that's on the urge of collapse. We're already on fourth density. We moved there. We're here already. It's just all of us collectively together having the frequency and holding the frequency to see it. And then the long, arduous march forward as we're beginning our new cycle. And it's up to us, all of us collectively. I can individually go into fourth. But what fun is that going to be? Because not many people are there. I want to bring as many people as possible moving forward. And I know a lot of you are trying to do the same thing. This group, has been trying to do it since their time. We got to come together as unity, as humanity. We have to come together as a social memory complex. Even though a lot of us are from those different types, there's a lot of different ones. I know which one I'm from. We came here to seed, to wake up, to hold frequency, to heal the land, to heal the grid. We all are multi-purpose, multi-dimensional beings. When you see the light within your heart and within your body, when you understand and intake and understand, comprehend all that you are, your mission will start becoming clearer and clearer. A lot of us are here to help bring forward their ideals. Doesn't need to be from a Catholic standpoint, be for whatever you are. But the messages here are very absolute. Are you going to spread your wings and fly? I hope you're ready. So, guys, sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protection energy. Please be safe and be seen. Keep cozy and warm. I know there is a major snowstorm headed to the northern top of the United States. I might even get snow. Not really too thrilled about that. And I probably should go to the grocery store to get a few items so that I can maintain for the next couple of days if I can't get out. But I don't know, my weather is being wonky. But I hope everybody is safe and seen. Please start doing the work on yourself. I got a lot for the next spiritual soul advice and chit chat. I'm still collecting myself to doing that, but I will be on Jack Breaks Out tomorrow. It had to be rescheduled last week. Hopefully it happens tomorrow, but I'll be on there 3 p.m. Eastern on Jack Breaks Out on Rumble. So come check me out. I'm going to be talking about Antarctica. It's going to be fun. And yeah, I hope all of you have a fantastic rest of your week. And I hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.